This is the Roger Orozco Show.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Ashton went inside, the star, and the other star, Fedor.
Because it's freezing out here.
Yeah, it's cold, man. Hey, Thursday night, we got information we want to get out to you guys.
Well, yeah, there's not been a lot happening. There's not been a council meeting. There's not one for a while. Be a good time to talk about a few things, one of which is closed door items. What does that mean?
Okay, so from my experience, when you go to these meetings, you have open session items and closed session items. Open session, you're having the meeting in front of everybody. Closed sessions, you go behind the doors and hash out and talk about whatever the topics are. But usually, the only thing you're going to do after that, when you come back out of closed session, is you report if there's any action taken. But whatever was discussed, hey, by law, it stays behind the doors. And
so how it was discussed, the words that were said.
What was negotiated, talked about, whatever is going to happen.
Right.
And most of the time, it's personnel issues. So they're not going to come out and tell you, hey, this is why or whatever.
So it's a hiring or a firing.
Yeah, you'll just see some action taken.
Gotcha. So they'll go back and they'll say, hey, we're going to hire this person.
Usually, you're basically right.
But they're not going to tell you how they came to that conclusion.
If it's listed as closed session, you're going to go behind the doors, and then whatever happens, and then by law, you're going to come out and report it, but you're not going to tell people
how you got to that.
Yeah.
The reason I asked the question is there was a Facebook post, beloved social media here, from the mayor, Scott Robertson, where he said, his words, not mine, that members are attempting to fire the city attorney in secret proceedings behind closed doors away from the inspection of the public.
So that's what he said.
That's what he said
on
his post. That's what was said on that post.
So it sounds like he's saying, hey, they're trying to fire.
But he's telling what's happening behind closed doors?
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Well, right.
I don't know.
That's illegal.
Yeah, to talk about what's going on.
In fact, if you look at the Fresno Bee, 2017?
2017, yeah, there's an article 2017 I was telling Joe about, which is district attorney, Fresno's district attorney office tells Fresno Unified, hey, make sure you keep closed session items closed. And
because they weren't.
I'm not exactly sure why that happened.
Gotcha.
But that's what they told them. And then the action could be taken. And then they cite the code. You can look it up. But they're telling you, hey, you go behind closed doors for a reason. It stays closed. It's not up to the mayor or up to anybody else to say, hey, this is what's going on.
Well,
it doesn't work like that.
That's the other question. I'd love to know everything that's happening behind closed doors. I would love to.
Me too, man.
But it's against the law.
Yeah, I mean, it's done for a reason.
So why are we all of a sudden hearing about this? And where's that attitude been for the last 8 years?
Okay, so I think Joe's point is, hey, man, the last 8 years when they do these closed session items on employees, Mr. Gray, Chief Gardner, the attorney the first time, they couldn't talk about it because it's an employee issue. So why now are you trying to talk about what's going on behind the doors? That's basically what you're saying, right?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Yeah. So
it seems that we've flip-flopped on our position.
Well, yeah. So the way I read it is, hey, man, I don't like what could happen, so I'm trying to out these guys so people could get mad and put pressure on them. That's the way I'm reading that.
Whereas the other ones aren't saying anything about it.
Yeah. So, Cho and Navarro. So he's going after Cho and Navarro. Hey, they're trying to do something behind the doors. But wait a minute, man. How come you didn't do that before, like you said? You're doing it now. It's basically trying to get his way, trying to scare him, pressure him, whatever he's trying to do.
Somebody got busted.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be doing that, man. That's for sure. You shouldn't be talking about closed door items. That would be like I'm on the school board and something's happening behind the doors where it's an employee issue, and then I go back there and say, hey, this is what's going on. Oh, man, they'd eat my lunch.
Right.
But yet he did it. And so far, he's gotten away with it.
Somebody got busted.
So I think the community has to know it's not just what the mayor did is wrong, because he's trying to make it look like they're trying to do something. And why is he doing that? Because he's trying to get people mad at him, obviously.
Right.
I mean, that's my personal opinion, but that's the way I read it. When I read that's what you're doing.
Right.
Bro.
He's trying to garner support for what he wants.
Yeah.
And pass his, because remember, he's lost he's lost that majority.
Yeah, he lost Mr. Avalos.
Lost Jimmy.
And Jimmy's doing whatever he's doing. And, so I think that's why. He's trying to keep what he wants, and this is how he's going about it. But also on that where you found that, it's part of a post where on the top it says old grudges or city or what's best for the city. Well, what are the old grudges? See, that's one thing some of these guys do is they say these things, but they don't tell you why.
Right.
Yeah, what's the old grudge? Who has the grudge?
Tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's got it? What's it about?
Yeah. Instead, so they have an old grudge. What the hell does that even mean? You know what I think it is? I mean, to me, for someone that's followed what's going on for a long time, followed these guys, all our local politicians, that's bullshit, man. That's total bullshit.
It's bullying, man. He's bullying.
That's what it kind of feels like to those new guys. Those guys are brand new.
Half a meeting they've been
Okay,
there.
so here's a good point. Joel, if you were on that council, let's say instead of Navarro, it's you. And you went behind the doors and you're talking about an employee issue.
Right.
And now this guy, the mayor, comes out and says, hey, Fedor is trying to do something with another person behind the doors. What would you think? Because they're going to tell you, hey, you can't talk about closed session items. But then this guy comes out and does that to you.
It's time to eat his lunch.
Oh, man. I'd be packing a lot of lunches, bro. Oh, man. It wouldn't be good. I wouldn't stand for that.
No, I wouldn't stand for it either,
That's
man.
bullshit, man. So, anyway, if it sounds like we're a little bit riled up, we are. Because we think, hey, Mrs. Navarro just got on. Mrs. Cho just got on.
Half a meeting. They've been there for half a meeting.
Yeah, man. And here's another thing. When you first get in, you've probably already been paying attention to what's going on. And from day one, you need to be ready to make those tough decisions, whether it's personnel or not. So I know that's something else they're doing. Oh, they just got in. No. You step in. You're voting on everything else. You're going to vote on whatever you think is right, man.
Yeah, day one. You go to work.
Yeah. It's not up to certain people to tell you when you can make a tough decision. Wow. Salma, man. So anyway, hey, man, I was getting riled up talking about this.
You think there's nothing going on? Boy, it's happening.
Man.
The elections are over, but the politics are in full swing.
Yeah. So we want you guys to know, because
You're not going to hear it anywhere else.
you're not going to hear it anywhere else. That's what was said on that page.
Yep.
And we want people to know, hey, wait a minute. They don't usually talk like that. Excuse me. They don't usually talk like that. You don't usually tell them what they're trying to do.
Right.
You know, because they tell you that's against the law. That's
It
what they
is
tell us.
against the law.
Yeah, hey, that's what happens over there on the school board. Can't talk about it. So, hey,
Busted.
Man. Yep. So anyway, man, hey, great job, Mrs. Navarro and Mrs. Cho. Sorry you guys got to put up with that crap.
Yeah, it's a drag.
Yeah. So anyway, man, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, share the videos. We want to get the town talking about what's going on. That way it'll kind of slow down the BS, I think.
Yeah.
If everybody kind of knows what's up, hey, man, then you can start to, hey, why would you say that? Are these guys telling the truth? Well,
Hey, you know what? If you support, if you're lock, stock, and barrel and you support the Robertsons, ask them about what we're telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask them.
Ask them. Ask them about closed session.
That's it. You bet. Bring it up.
Yeah. That's a good point, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching, man. Hey, Thursday night, freezing cold, but we're doing it for you guys. Hey, we like doing it, but we're doing it for you guys. All right. Thanks, man.
See ya.